It's almost like it's the whisper of the powerful. It's the whisper of the beautiful. It's the whisper of depth, subtlety. There's something powerful about learning how to communicate and how to be subtle. It's not about being sneaky or being a liar, being manipulative. That's not what I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about examples of people who are subtle and why it projects power. Anybody who is secure in themselves, they're going to be subtle. Anytime somebody is insecure, they're going to be obvious. For example, look at white wealth, right? Wealthy people used to be very, when there wasn't a middle class, wealthy people used to be more extravagant, more fancy. In fact, they used to have colors specifically for wealthy people, which was purple, a very vivid and very strong color and hard to get. But nowadays, there's something called subtle wealth. And why is that? Well, because poor people have learned to fake being wealthy, okay? And because of that, rich people had to find a way to differentiate themselves. And so they started doing something called subtle wealth, where they buy expensive things that look cheap. Like a white t-shirt looks like a normal white t-shirt, but in reality, that white t-shirt is like $200. So subtlety, whenever you have it, you're going to be subtle, right? Whenever you have high self-esteem, you're going to be subtle. Whenever you don't have it, you're going to be obvious. You're going to yell. Just like the fool is the one that yells the loudest. The wisest ones is the ones that yells the least. For example, even in the mafia, right? Castellano was one of the most powerful mafiosos ever. But what was his main thing? Was subtlety. Nobody knew about him. As opposed to guys like Scarface. As opposed to a bunch of different gangsters. The loudest ones, the ones that were the loudest were the ones that couldn't keep the power for long enough. So it's not just that. The best basketball players, when you notice a basketball player, the best ones, their moves are subtle, right? Where they'll be able to get past their man, and you ask yourself, how is he able to get past them? He's not even doing anything. I watched Larry Bird, one of my favorite basketball player ever. He was able to drop people, like get people fall to the ground. He was able to do that with just a jab step, and people would just fall. like he'll go like that, and people would just fall to the ground. And you would ask yourself, how is he doing that? Well, because he is so skilled that it turned subtle. When you meditate and you become aware of your breath, what they tell you in the meditation retreats is that you want to be aware of the subtleness. The more subtle sensations you become aware of, the deeper in the meditative state you are. You get so subtle to the point where you're able to sense the vibration at an atomic level, where you're able to sense the atoms in your nose vibrating. And so the more subtle sensations you notice, like maybe you notice this part vibrates more than this part, the deeper in the state of meditation that you are. So as we can see, subtleness is a part of nature, and is a part of and is always a reflection of something that's real, deep rooted, and powerful, right? So even warriors, the best warriors, have an economy of motion. They don't just move around like this. They have an economy of motion, right? Subtlety is the ultimate show of restraint and power at the end of the day. Right? So now that we got that out the way, to tell you guys that subtlety is really the pinnacle of outer confidence. Subtlety is the pinnacle of skills. Subtlety is the pinnacle of wealth. Subtlety is the pinnacle of skills, of any type of social form of communication, right? So let's talk about different areas to be subtle. And how it could benefit you, right? One is how you show them that you like someone, right? Rather than confessing your love like it's a Disney movie, right? Don't confess your love to someone. Show them that you like them through your actions and behavior. Even if you're getting to know them in school or stuff like that, it's less creepy when they realize that you like them randomly, rather than you doing something specifically that says I like you. Well, the studies show that it's teachers who give the students the answer perform less than teachers who don't give students the answer. And that performing less in this occasion is, in my opinion, is people who slowly realize that somebody likes you. In my opinion, they end up liking you for a longer period of time than people who you have your little Disney confession to. Nothing wrong with confessions. I just think it's There's more fun ways to tell people that they like you. Like you could just write letters to them anonymously and let them slowly over time realize that it's you through little hints, right? That's a much better way to show somebody that you like them, through giving them a puzzle for them to solve, rather than just say, oh my God, I like you, here's my dick. Like, what the fuck? Like, like what's, but people have lost the art of sophistication. Even painters back then, like Michelangelo never showed the Sistine Chapel until it was complete. He never did. Nowadays, we as artists, we want to show everything quickly. We don't know the art of subtlety. So this is what happens to them when you do this. When you subtly give them little, what's that thing? Easter egg clues that you like them through here, that. It'll slowly start creating a picture, brushstroke by brushstroke. And that aha moment always comes with a deep sense, with strong feelings of appreciation. And you might even come to mind, and the image of you is like an anime recall where it's like sprinkly and it's fuzzy and you're like this. Clearly in the vision, you're not giving them psycho eyes. First of all, you're like more calm. And a lot of people end up falling in love with people who do this type of stuff. So for example, engaging in conversation, talking to them and trying to find things in common, right? Offering gestures, noticing the detail. Just say, hey, I noticed that you usually buy this food. Hey, I bought this salt so you could try to put it on your food and see how that tastes, because I know you like that. You're like, thank you. I like that. Thank you. Right? Or even when you look at them, your eyes are more light up. You smile more, and they'll notice like, oh, this person is always happy to be around me. Right? Your body language is more open. You're always available for them if they ask you to hang out. Right? Even your eye contact is more, it has more of a look of care rather than fucking the psycho look. Calm the hell down, people, with that psycho eye contact, right? But more of like a Leonardo painting, like the look of a mother that cares about its son, right? Like just a relaxed face, right? You show them through your body language, because body language is interpretive. Body language isn't 100% certain. And also, there's plausible deniability. You could say, no, I don't like you. That's just all in your head, right? Not to fuck with them, but the reason why you show them through your body language, because body language has a natural mystery about that, which gives the person hope, but also makes them doubt. The next thing, be subtle with your facial expressions, right? If somebody's happy, like I said, if you like this, be like. If you're mad, be like. If you're confused, well, it's okay to be confused, right? But just be subtle in your facial expressions, primarily. And this is very important. Primarily with positive emotions. Be subtle with your positive emotions, but be willing to show negative emotions with your face. Now, don't show outburst, right? I'm saying with your face. With your word, when you speak, keep it constrained. But with your face, you can show it. Why? Powerful people are more willing to show negative emotions than weaker people, socially. People who are lower on the totem pole have a higher likelihood of showing positive emotions to their neighbor, and they're more afraid of confrontation, and so they're more afraid to show the negative emotions. Too much directness, too much external obviousness per se makes people defensive, and it makes people question you. But when you do this in a subtle way, it allows people to be less defensive, more open, and it allows the person's imagination to do the dirty work for you, right? And again, people, this is, I gotta be very, very clear about this, man. Like, this is only do this if you really have good intentions. If you're a psycho motherfucker out there, like fucking, like you're the last Terminator type of shit, like don't tell people you watch my channel. If somebody likes you, they're gonna be paying attention to the little things. When you like someone, your attention is narrowed. You pay attention to more detail. You're able to notice, you know more differences in their face. You start noticing the things that they like and don't like. You're more focused on them because you're falling in love with them. So as a result, any subtle changes, you're going to be aware of it, like a spider being aware of the movements of its web. You're going to be more aware of the subtle movements. So what you do with that is you use that to build a connection with both of you, to observe and notice if they really love you, because only a partner that loves you will notice the small differences. And that's why, you know how they say like, oh, I cheated because my husband stopped paying attention to me. If your husband actually loved you, he would have noticed that you were spending less time, your facial expressions looked more bored, your personal trainer was giving you discounts, and he would have done something to fix it, right? And so it's almost like, from the other part, my expression of my love for you is that I notice those differences. Is that I notice that today you are slightly down than yesterday. You know, it's kind of crazy. And that's why these strategies work symbiotically between two people. You're naturally one day gonna get bored of your partner, and you want distance. Naturally, that's gonna make them feel insecure, right? That's gonna make them chase, and then, like anything, you're gonna like them again, regain interest, right? And so it undulates. You're never fully 100% into your partner. One day you're 90, the next day you're 100, the next day you're 95, the next day you're 80, you're 70, right? But the natural undulation, if you are honest with yourself and you try to not hurt your partner, because sometimes you don't want to kiss him or kiss her, and your kisses are weak. Like you give some L kisses, and he's like, yo, like your kisses, that wasn't even a real kiss. You're like, oh, I'm not into it today. Naturally, you wouldn't say that if you like him. You say, oh, I'm gonna give you a real one. You give him a real one, right? As opposed to, you don't feel like giving a good kiss, just don't give a good kiss. But now, if you're honest with yourself, he's gonna start saying, did I do something wrong? Even if you say it's not you, it's me. What I'm trying to say is just be honest, right? Sometimes you don't want to cuddle, spend time with the person, say it. If they love you, they're gonna pull away, but also it's gonna hurt them, which is gonna make them try to see maybe they're gonna take you out for dinner, right? Maybe they're gonna do something for you to cheer you up, right? And their effort to try to cheer you up and makes them like you more, because they're putting in effort, and that proves to you that they like you, which then makes you like them more, right? So I'm trying to help you guys see the non-manipulative aspect of this. It's not just evil, This is something that is natural. And this is why I encourage you, if you don't feel like kissing someone, tell them. If you don't feel like being too close to them physically, tell them. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not gonna hate you for it. They're gonna be offended by it, but they'll like you more. Is only somebody who really likes you will do that. And so that's what pulling away does. Pulling away will reveal that this person really likes you. All right, guys, we're gonna have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing, where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club video that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared, because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.